Look how she fawns over him. All of the time and attention used to be mine, and mine alone.
Damn. Chill, bro.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Marvel video. This time around, Serby found this video about a bit of lore about every hero and skin from Marvel Rivals, which is kind of the initial spark for us doing this Marvel lore journey, so I think it'd be interesting to see the details behind some of the characters that we know of.
We will be skipping the section in this video on Psylocke, namely because, well, one, it doesn't actually cover the Psylocke that's in Rivals. The creator made a mistake on that one. And we're going to be watching Superheroes video on Psylocke later, who covers both Betsy and Quanon in that. So everything that this video covers on them will basically cover in much more detail in that video later. So, yeah. Otherwise, this is just a brief summary of every character in Rivals.
I understood none of that explanation, but I know that lore is about to be dropped, so let's get into it. But before we
very brief and very quickly, but it'll be fun.
This is a reaction video. Please do your due diligence and go and support the OG video, because this video doesn't have as many views as it probably deserves. But definitely go and support.
Yeah,
the link to that is at the very top of the description, as always.
Yeah, I've been looking for a video kind of like this one for basically since Rivals came out to show you. And they're just, most of the ones I found I wasn't particularly happy with. They either had information wrong a lot or wasn't good enough to want to use it as the intro for you.
Gotcha.
Then I found this one recently, and I think they do a pretty good job. It's a lot to summarize, so I'm sure all of the comic book fans out there will have things to nitpick because that's inevitable.
Yeah.
And it sounds like he plans to update for like seasons as they come. So this doesn't have Emma Frost or Ultron in it, but I think he plans to add that later and fix the Psylocke portion at a later point.
Well, I guess we'll save learning about Emma Frost another day.
Yeah, I mean, Superhero just put out a new video covering all the leaders of the X-Men. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it's time, baby. I saw it being recommended in the comments too, so yeah, we'll check that out eventually.
In a fractured multiverse teetering on the brink of collapse, a brutal conflict between the tyrannical Dr. Doom and his formidable future self from the year 2099 threatens the very fabric of reality.
I do love just the concept of Rivals. Doom hating so much that he gets in a fight with himself.
The only person who can defeat Doom is Doom. That makes sense. It works out. This guy is built different. I love him.
Yeah, definitely.
And Superhero's video on the cosmology really changed my perspective on Doom. He is so much more interesting than I would ever believe from just seeing his depiction in the movies.
Very much so, yeah.
And now, just randomly scrolling Twitter, I see these super cool moments with Doom just destroying people, being like, and dropping like the coldest lines ever. Jeez, this guy knows his one-liners, okay?
Yeah. No, Doom is awesome.
Triggering the time stream entanglement. A catastrophic event that collides countless universes into one unstable timeline. Now, superheroes and villains from across these shattered worlds are drawn into an epic struggle. Some will join with old enemies, while others will find former allies turned against them. With the fate of existence hanging in the balance, they must navigate shifting loyalties and forge uneasy alliances to stop both.
I feel very uneasy every single time I play with you guys.
Conquers all. Welcome to the world of Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals is a third-person hero shooter developed by NetEase Games in partnership with Marvel Games, and there's no way around it. This game is a phenomenon. Not only does this game have...
Dude, I had no idea I was going to be able to get Serby into it, and Serby actually enjoyed the game? It's mind-boggling. You've never played a competitive game
on the channel, but it's like they were all playing it in Discord, and they asked me to join it. I'm like, well, it's free, sure, I'll download it, but I'm not gonna like it, and I'm not gonna play very much of it. Here we are, how many months later, and I'm probably one of the ones the most obsessed with.
Is literally creating stat spreadsheets, custom-made stat spreadsheets. I don't even do that. I've never done that before, even when I was playing competitive League of Legends. What the heck?
In my
Sorry.
defense, I'm currently studying data analysis, so
I see. Okay, it's just a personal interest. Sure, you can say that it's that, or maybe you're just super into the game and want to improve. It's also a good mindset.
it's probably both. It's both.
Yeah. Both is good.
Both is
Incredible
good.
gameplay for pretty much every hero on its
What is that?
roster.
Is that you,
but the
Serby?
game has even taught me about a few heroes I never even knew about in the Marvel
Static Cell
universe.
shooting his rocket raccoon.
I had no idea who Luna Snow was before this game. Not to mention, it has some of
Most
the
people didn't
coolest
know who Luna
cosmetics
Snow
I've
was.
ever seen in a Marvel.
Bro, I didn't know any of these characters before this game came out. And now,
Yeah.
I love Psylocke and Emma Frost for obvious reasons, but I'm glad I got introduced to their characters through this game.
I mean, I've been a long time Marvel fan, right? And I've wanted to get you into Marvel for a long time. This was what I needed. This was a catalyst.
Yeah. You know, as a longtime DC fan, I can't really call myself a DC fan, actually. I only just like Batman and like the Dark Knight trilogy movies. That's literally it.
That's fair. Yeah.
But I wish there was something for that side as well. Apart from the Batman Arkham Knight games, which I think I'm going to stream at some point. It would be really cool if the hero shooter genre actually involved superheroes, you know? Maybe DC can
it's
make their
one of those
own.
things where it's like, how
That'd
did
be
it
cool.
take this long, right?
I don't know. I don't know exactly what the history is behind that, but yeah.
It feels like a match made in heaven.
100%.
Several of them are inspired right from the pages of the comics. So, considering the obscurity of some of this game's heroes and my interest in their stories, as well as the stories behind some...
I think we played Marvel Rivals before even watching Into the Spider-Verse, so this is the version of Penny Parker that I know. Cool character. I never knew that there were all these different versions of Spider-Man out there. And this one was
created
straight
by the
up just
lead
an
of My
Ava
Chemical
reference.
Romance, of all things.
Right? Like, when you told me that, I was like, oh? Really? I never knew anybody comics, but yeah, that's cool.
Some of these
He also,
exceptional cosmetics,
wrote,
I
the
decided to
Umbrella
do some
Academy.
research on all of it. In this video, we will explore the real-world origin
Magic is also
every
really cool.
hero
I never
on the
knew her
Marvel
before
Rivals
this,
roster, who made them, when
I
they
didn't
first
know much
appeared,
about Magic
what their
before
story
this.
and powers
I
are,
wasn't
as well as the origin and inspiration for every
into the
single
New
skin in the
Mutants.
game. Also, the in-game lore refers to these alternate skin characters as multiversal variants of the heroes, and I honestly think that's super cool, so I'll be referring to them as variants for a lot of the video. So, let's dive in to the Marvel Rivals roster and explore the lore behind every single Marvel Rivals variant. Adam Warlock first appeared in Fantastic Four number 66 in 1967 and was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and was originally
an OG character. I do recall watching a video, I forget from who, but they were looking over the character designs and they were like, this guy doesn't look like a healer. He's way too big and buff. And I'm like,
yes, I know exactly which video you're talking about. It pissed me off.
Have you played the game? Well, no. I'm pretty sure that guy didn't play the game, so it's understandable. But if you do play the game and you run up to Adam Warlock as a diver, you best be careful. Your head is in danger. He will destroy you. I love playing as Adam Warlock when I'm playing strategist because you get to just snipe people. You're basically Hela in that sense. But you also heal, so.
That's probably why he's the strategist I'm worst with.
You gotta aim, unfortunately.
I can't aim.
You'll get better, Serby. It's okay. It's a process.
originally just named him. The character was developed
Yeah, he's just him.
and Jack Kirby and was originally just named him. The character was developed significantly by Roy Thomas and Jim Starlin. Warlock was genetically engineered to be the
Jim is the one that most people credit for like Warlock being who he is.
This is a name I have not heard yet. Just another comic book artist.
He's one of the writers, an artist. Okay, no, I don't know.
I guess I shall assume just one of the OGs. Oh, the Googling. It is happening.
Writer and artist. Okay, I was right.
Cool beans.
So I knew like his designs for Warlock are a lot of people's favorite designs for Warlock, but I also like, I think he also wrote a lot of people's favorite stories for him. But I could be wrong. Warlock was one of those characters that I haven't read much for.
I never knew this guy existed until now, so I agree.
Evolution of humanity. While still under the moniker of him, he rebelled against his creators and sought his own path. He most popularly is the rival of Thanos. Adam Warlock has also been the bearer of the Soul Stone.
That was something people called me out on in the cosmology video. That I made a comment. It was weird to have Thanos and Warlock together, and everyone's like, "No, they go way back." I'm like, "Oh shit, I didn't know." My bad.
They go so far back that they punched each other when they were babies. A rivalry that lives on.
Infinity Stones.
Yeah.
He leads the Infinity Watch and is a member of the Guardians of the Galaxy, where he serves as the team's cosmic sorcerer and occult expert. Warlock's powers include energy manipulation, matter manipulation, and energy construct creation. Warlock can tap into cosmic and mystical energies, using them for a variety of purposes, such as creating shields,
space
healing,
magic,
or performing complex spells. Game original variants for Adam Warlock include his Cosmic Jade and Will of Galacta recolors, as well as his Season 1.5 Blood Soul skin. The Blood Soul variant of Adam Warlock is inspired by King Baldwin IV from the film Kingdom of Heaven, a character who was inspired by the 12th century monarch Baldwin IV of Jerusalem, who famously suffered from leprosy.
I remember
Adam
it being
Warlock
really damn
also
good.
has a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 variant inspired by his appearance in the Marvel Cinematic Universe film of the same name.
I didn't actually see
was
the BP
created
movie.
by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and first
I watched the
premiered
first
in
one.
Fantastic Four number 52 in
later ones.
1966. He is best known as the original king and protector of Wakanda, a fictional African nation known for its advanced technology powered by the metal vibranium. After years of battling for Wakanda and even
Vibranium
joining
was
the
just
Avengers,
this big meteorite that just happened to strike that area. They're like, "Yeah, we'll take it," and they're all their tech and all their everything is based off of the metal from that meteor.
Look, if the universe smiles upon you, you better take that opportunity, okay? There's not going to be another meteor that's going to come down anytime soon, hopefully.
T'Challa would marry Aurora, best known as Storm from the X-Men. After being knocked into a coma by Dr. Doom, the Black Panther mantle as well as leadership of Wakanda would pass down to...
Did I just hear that right? Knocked into a coma by Doom? Did Doom just look at you and backhand you, back slap you? You're gone?
I have no idea, but I like that mental image.
T'Challa's sister, Shuri. After reawakening, rather than once again becoming the king of Wakanda, T'Challa would go on a journey that would see him become the King of the Dead. T'Challa has superhuman abilities from the Wakandan heart-shaped herb, including heightened senses for seeing in darkness, hearing distant sounds, and tracking by scent. As King of the Dead, he commands the spirits of the dead, crafts spirit energy weapons, and taps into past Black Panther's knowledge. As a genius with a PhD in physics, he pioneered shadow physics, excels in martial arts and tactics, and wields Wakanda's vast wealth, technology, and certain diplomatic immunities. The galactic...
Yeah, commanding law itself to obey. You know? No kidding.
Yes.
Law variant of Black Panther is an in-game original which features a design clearly meant to reflect the science fiction influence of the in-game lore for Black Panther. The thrice-cursed King variant is a Rivals original as well, appearing to draw inspiration from the Black Panther Blood Hunt limited series of comics, where Black Panther becomes a vampire. The Orish's Blood variant comes from Avengers number 53, published in 2018.
Although, I'm sure every superhero at some point became a vampire.
Miles, I'm not caught up on Miles' comics. He was a vampire, might still be.
Nani? Poor Miles.
Where T'Challa defends Avengers Mountain against Dr. Doom. To do so, he wears a special blood red armor infused with mystical properties, enhancing his abilities for the battle. The Bast's Chosen variant is actually a different Black Panther than T'Challa named Mosey. Premiering in Marvel Legacy #1 in 2017, with the story set around the year 1 million BC, Mosey became the first Wakandan of the Panther tribe to survive the heart-shaped herb process, gaining favor from the Panther spirit Bast and becoming the first Black Panther. Mosey joined the Stone Age Avengers, helping them battle threats like the Fall.
Wait, the Stone Age Avengers? Wow.
Feels pretty straightforward.
This name goes very far back.
Fallen, Mephisto, and Shuma Gorath. Mosey is also the first mortal to ever lift Mjolnir.
He's worthy!
Black Widow was created by Stan Lee, Don Rico, and Don Heck. At first an enemy of Iron Man in Tales of Suspense number 52 in 1964, she later reformed and became a hero in The Avengers number 30 in 1966, and her most iconic design was introduced in The Amazing Spider-Man number 86 in 1970. Natalia Romanova, often known as Natasha Romanoff, was originally a Soviet spy before she defected to the United States and joined S.H.I.E.L.D. Though lacking distinct superpowers, she was artificially enhanced in the Soviet Red Room training facility to boost her strength and slow her aging. Natasha is skilled in combat and espionage,
baby superhero,
and her stories are
baby super soldier serum.
Also, I didn't know about the slow aging part. No wonder why she never changes.
And focused on her internal struggle to define her identity, while also grappling with the trauma of her past, both as a Soviet agent as well as her harsh Red Room training. Her white suit variant is based on her Marvel Cinematic Universe counterpart, most specifically from her standalone film, Black Widow. The Lethal Toxicity variant, meanwhile, is a Marvel Rivals original recoloring of the character. The Lion's Heartbeat variant is a Chinese festival-themed design originating from the Fortune and Colors in-game event. The design is intended to be the energetic drum beats of the festival, symbolizing a journey full of possibilities as described in the skin's description.
I had one. Honestly, it might be my favorite event that they've had so far.
Didn't you just go around kicking people with Iron Fist?
Okay, I was good at it. I scored lots of points.
Oh, god damn it. I guess skill issue on my part.
Runway Veil variant is inspired by her 2022 Hellfire Gala design created by Russell Dodderman. The Mrs. Barnes variant is actually Natasha Romanova from the Earth 51920 universe. Her comic story takes place in the Valley of Doom, a domain on Battleworld from the 2015 Secret Wars line of comics, a location made of remnants from that universe's Wild West. She is the widow of Deputy Barnes, that universe's Bucky Barnes variant, and helps police the town of Timely along with the character Red Wolf.
The man, the
Captain
myth, the
America,
legend.
created by Joe Simon and Jack Kirby, first appeared in Captain America Comics #1 in 1940. His real identity is Steve Rogers,
really
a frail man transformed into a super soldier.
More than double my lifetime ago.
That's 60 years before I was even born. God damn.
Yeah.
He really was stuck in an massive ice cube. Got reborn in the movies.
Through an experimental serum during World War II. Wearing a flag-inspired costume and wielding an indestructible shield, he fought villains like Red Skull with his sidekick, Bucky Barnes.
Chunky boots.
After being frozen near the war's end, Captain America was revived in modern times, becoming a leader of the Avengers while grappling with being a man out of time in the new era. The Captain America in Marvel Rivals is actually from the year 2099, as he wasn't thought until the 2080s and is displaced into the present by the game's time stream entanglement.
I guess that makes sense then why his armor is so high-tech. I don't know if it's just me. I feel like they undercooked a little bit with Captain America's design.
I think the problem is all of his details are top-heavy. Usually when you have complexity of detail, those are your highest points of contrast. Will be areas with lots of detail and areas with no detail. Except for his is just perfectly split. All the details on the top and none of it's on the bottom, which makes his design really top-heavy and really awkward on the bottom.
I see. That's why. Also, did we never do that video that we talked about of just talking about the character designs from Marvel Rivals?
No, we haven't. Yeah, we should still.
I guess we will at some point. That's going to be a very long video, though. There's so many skins.
America is a recipient of the Super Soldier Serum, enhancing his physical abilities to the peak of human potential. These abilities include superhuman
That's why he
strength,
punches like a wet
speed,
noodle.
agility, endurance, reflexes, and durability.
He runs around
His
and does a
healing,
lot of nothing.
mental processing, and senses
No.
are all enhanced. His
Like, he
iconic
disrupts the
shield
backline,
is made
okay.
up of a unique vibranium proto-adamantium alloy and is virtually indestructible and can even absorb kinetic energy. The Galactic Talon variant is a rival's original design which appears to be heavily inspired by Japanese mechas, particularly the sharp design of the
Gundam.
mechas from the Gundam universe.
Yee.
The Star-Spangled Style variant is inspired by his 2022
That actually-
I like this skin.
Really? I mean,
Yeah.
I think he kind of looks like he's there to serve food. Not gonna lie. He's not like there as a
I like
guest. I don't know. I don't have the trained eyes of an artist, so maybe my tastes just
I
aren't
seem
refined.
to be very much in the minority on this one, but I really like it. If I ever play Captain America, I'll wear this one.
If not you ever. In what alternate universe?
The Infinity War variant is obviously inspired by his design from the film Avengers Infinity War, which itself is inspired by his Nomad persona from the comics, first appearing in Captain America number 180 in 1974. In that story, Steve Rogers becomes disillusioned with the United States government after discovering that a high-ranking official, implied to be President Richard Nixon, is the leader of the terrorist group's secret empire. Shattered by this betrayal, Rogers abandons his Captain America identity, believing he can no longer serve a corrupted nation. However, after a confrontation with Hawkeye, Rogers realizes he cannot forsake heroism. Thus, he adopts the new identity of Nomad.
Damn. I love how this story goes, though. He loves his country so much, finds out his country isn't pure good, and decides to stop being a hero, but is just like, I can't stop. I have to be a hero. It just feels good being a hero. Feels right.
Seen a lot of people misunderstand his character as of late.
Oh, no. How so?
Let's to avoid getting into strong politics, just say people think he would align with people that he definitely would not.
I mean, we're kind of seeing an example of this here in this comic, no?
Yeah, exactly.
The Captain Gladiator variant is Steve Rogers from the Earth 16932 universe. In the comic
6'9"?
Planet Hulk number 1, published in 2015, this variant is forced to fight in the Colosseum, a massive structure on Battleworld designed for the entertainment of its inhabitants. And finally, the best variant in the game, the Captain AIM Erica variant, is based on a Captain America variant from an unknown universe designation where AIM perfected brainwashing devices and used them to control several prominent superheroes, including Captain America, who became Captain AIM Erica.
Well, what is AIM, by the way? Is it like some evil organization?
Yeah, think like Oscorp, think like Alchemax. They're a group of scientists, more or less, and not the greatest of intentions always.
Those gosh darn scientists. I hate them all.
I forget exactly what AIM stands for. Advanced Idea Mechanics. That's where you get people like MODOK. MODOK is one of the most famous AIM people.
The big head guy?
Yeah.
Of course. No wonder why. He has like literally no fashion sense. It was for Captain America.
Exactly.
His counterpart from Earth 18157, the Marvel Action Universe, experienced Captain AIM Erica's life as a form of torture by nightmare in the comic Avengers number 10, published in 2018.
Cloak and Dagger. Hey.
Cloak, real name Tyrone Ty Johnson, and Dagger, real name Tandy Bowen, are a superhero duo who were created by writer Bill Mantlo and artist Ed Hannigan.
I kind of want a skin of their like classic costumes where she just has the dagger cut out. I think it's cool looking. And I want the purple and black striped cloak. I like that too. It's cool.
I don't mind more skins for Cloak and Dagger, but well, there certainly are other heroes that have, I feel like, been neglected, unfortunately.
Oh no, definitely. I'm not saying like I want them now. I'm just saying eventually I would love to see this as a skin for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Made their debut in Peter Parker, The Spectacular Spider-Man number 64 in 1982. Cloak and Dagger are teen mutants whose powers were awakened following the experimental forced intake of a designer drug. As a result, Dagger can create light daggers and heal, while Cloak can teleport and become intangible using Dark Force. Their abilities are fueled by the emotions of others. Dagger draws power from hope, and Cloak from fear. Their Lemon Lime variant is a simple recoloring of the pair. Their Growth and Decay variant is a Rivals original design which imagines the pair as something akin to pagan nature deities. Their Twilight Duo variant is clearly inspired by stereotypical depictions of early 20th century mobsters. Their Dance Partners variant is another...
I love the description. Stereotypical mobsters.
It's a lot to say that they haven't done much from the comics. They've just gotten a lot of original skins, which are good. But yeah.
People enjoy these characters from Rivals, but I have never heard of them before. I think they did have a TV show, right? At some point?
Mm-hmm. I haven't seen it, so I don't really know if it's good or not. I think people liked it. They're one of those characters where it's like, I've seen them enough in comics that I was always pretty aware of them. Mm-hmm. But I think if you're not someone who's read a lot of comics, you definitely wouldn't know them.
And that would be me. Never heard of them. But they're a cool concept.
Is another Rivals original, taking inspiration from the theme of the Hellfire Gala. Doctor Strange debuted in Strange Tales number 110, which was published in 1963. So created by Steve Ditko, he was created during the Silver Age of Comics in an attempt to bring mysticism to the Marvel Universe. His real name is Dr. Stephen Strange, and he was once a brilliant but arrogant neurosurgeon. However, he lost the ability to practice after a car accident severely damaged his hands. Unable to accept this fate, he embarked on a journey to find alternative healing, which led him to the Ancient One, the Sorcerer Supreme. Under the Ancient One's guidance, Strange became a master of the mystic arts, learning both magic and martial arts. Eventually becoming the Sorcerer Supreme of Earth 616, Dr.
So yeah, basically what happened in the Doctor Strange movie. Not a lot of deviation there.
Strange defends the world from mystical threats. Doctor Strange wields immense mystical power. His abilities include astral projection, telepathy, telekinesis, time manipulation, and teleportation.
That's why I had to get nerfed to the ground.
Amplified by artifacts like the Eye of Agamotto and the Cloak of
more
Levitation.
Nerfs to Strange.
He can banish entities, conjure objects, and alter reality using the words and divine energies from various multiversal
Basically, he's a magic user in Marvel, so his powers are undefined. It could be just about anything the writers want him to be.
Considering he's also like the master of magic, I'm assuming he knows everything that everybody should know if they are into magic. So if you need something introduced, you'd probably introduce it through Strange, I would assume.
Tends to be the case, yeah. And it's like he deals with all the like crazy, otherworldly, giant, like kind of Lovecraftian monsters.
Of raw power, he can rival even the cosmic entities of the Marvel Universe. The Master of Black Magic variant of Doctor Strange is actually the original Doctor Strange from his 1951 comic debut.
This is original
his original title from this comic wasn't, in fact, the Master of the Mystic Arts, as he is popularly known, and rather was the Master of Black Magic, as he wore a blue and black outfit with orange gloves. The God of Magic variant comes from the comic Doctor Strange number 384, published in 2015.
This one is a pretty cool
After
skin.
Loki took the title of Sorcerer Supreme from Doctor Strange, Stephen sought to gain power from Yggdrasil, the World Tree, and after offering his dead dog's body to the tree, Strange was granted immense magical power. This version of Strange is arguably the most powerful to have ever existed, as he claimed that even the smallest fraction of Yggdrasil's magic surpassed any power
I see what you did there. Hell with one L.
he had ever experienced. The Sorcerer Supreme of the Galaxy variant comes from a 2018 comic run on the character, where Stephen Strange began experiencing magical withdrawal, and thus went into space on an adventure in search of new arcane power sources, where he...
Did I hear that right? Magical withdrawal? I haven't practiced magic in 2 hours!
Need new magic! Must learn more magic.
Okay, but what actually is that?
I haven't read it, so I actually don't know.
Okay. Well,
we have to ask Argoth later.
Oh, yeah, true. Argoth would probably know, but that just sounds really funny.
Yeah.
he would end up scoring some new threads. The Sorcerer Immortal variant is a traditional Chinese-inspired aesthetic which is original to the Marvel Rivals game.
Who would have guessed? Wait, you said Emma Frost wasn't here.
Oh,
Emma
my
Frost
bad.
was
You lied
created
to
by
me.
Chris Claremont and John
I'm
Byrne,
sorry.
and first appeared in the Uncanny X-Men number 129 in 1980. Emma Frost is a powerful mutant telepath, best known as the White Queen of the Hellfire Club and a former headmistress of Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters.
She was the
Born into a
headmistress? God damn, I want to go there.
a wealthy Boston family, she broke away to build her own financial empire and rose to power within the Hellfire Club. Initially an antagonist to the X-Men, especially in her manipulations of young mutants, Frost's perspective changed after the tragic death of her students, the Hellions. She later allied with
Her students were called the Hellions? I bet they made a lot of trouble for everybody, didn't they?
yeah.
Wow.
Charles Xavier, co-led Generation X, and became a key figure
look,
in
it's
the
Iceman.
X-Men, especially after
The guy I never knew about. I'm sorry. I'm still sorry.
surviving the Genosian genocide thanks to her secondary mutation,
The what?
transforming into Diamond. On the mutant island of Krakoa, Frost plays a vital leadership role overseeing trade, diplomacy, and cultural affairs. Emma Frost is an Omega-level telepath capable of mind control, memory alteration, mental shielding, astral projection,
I don't
psionic...
think he ever explains, but Omega level mutants are a term that came about later in the comics. But basically, they don't necessarily mean they're the strongest, but it means they have infinite potential. So, like, their abilities have no ceiling.
Does that mean there is a way for them to continue practicing their ability and it becomes stronger and stronger over time?
Their powers have infinite potential to continue being even stronger, even crazier. So if you compare her to a different telepath, she can do so much more potentially. Doesn't
Potentially.
necessarily always mean that they're at it, but they always could be. And in most cases, they end up going and doing crazy shit. So
Look, they have to experience a traumatic event that forces their hand first before they can level up. So, yeah, I understand.
attacks, and even healing psychological trauma.
I mean, and
Her
then there's
abilities-
some like that are just broken, and there's just no question there.
Also allow her to manipulate perceptions, induce paralysis, sedate minds, and cloak herself and others from detection. In
Yield
addition to her
peasants.
mental abilities, Emma has a secondary mutation that allows her to transform into a nearly indestructible organic diamond form, granting her superhuman strength and durability, though it nullifies her telepathy while active. Her blue sapphire variant is a rival's original dark blue recoloring of the character. Her X Revolution variant is inspired by her appearance in the Uncanny X-Men 2013 line of comics. Groot was created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby, and first appeared in Tales to Astonish number 13 in
That is Groot's original design? Ah, I'm Groot. Wait, is he actually speaking? Behold, I am Groot the Invincible, who dares to defy me? This is Groot?
You have to remember all the Guardians of the Galaxies, as we know them, were very different originally.
Wow. Poor guy.
1960. He is
I
an
defy
extraterrestrial,
you.
sentient, tree-like being who initially appeared as an invader seeking to abduct humans for
He's in the same
experimentation.
pose.
In 2006, Groot was reintroduced as a heroic, noble character and later became a key member of the Guardians of the Galaxy. Groot is a Flora Colossus from Planet X, a tree-like species with a nearly incomprehensible language. Despite appearing to only say I am Groot, he can speak eloquently in his native tongue. The Flora Colossus
I just imagine Groot being like the most posh of his kind, just speaking in just proper English.
You've played a lot of Emma. Have you heard the voice lines between him and Emma?
I have never played with a Groot on my team as Emma, unfortunately.
He actually just has full conversations with her.
Telepathically?
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
know
you
what?
can
That
hear him
makes
talking.
sense. Damn! Somebody's got to play Groot when I play Emma. Well, next time I play with you guys, I'll tell Draco to play Groot.
Yeah.
Colossi are highly intelligent, educated through photonic knowledge, absorbed via photosynthesis. At one point,
what?
the floor.
How could I get this?
Right?
It's like those super long lore videos or like educational videos that are like, learn this language while you sleep. But this probably actually works, so it would be a better method. Did you know that there's actually science that backs up these videos, that they do actually work? If you listen to the Japanese one long enough, you'll learn how to speak Japanese.
Colossi were abducting organisms from other planets, including a young human girl named Hannah. After realizing the wrongness of his people's actions, Groot saved Hannah and sent her back to Earth. As punishment for his disobedience, Groot was exiled from Planet X and wandered the universe until he met Rocket Raccoon decades later, eventually joining the Guardians of the Galaxy. The Abby's algae variant is original to Marvel Rivals, occurring as a result of this variant's physiology merging with blue glowing algae,
looks cool,
which blends with Groot's chlorophyll, turning him into this particular shade of blue. The Carved Traveler is a variant of Groot from the 2016 Rocket Raccoon and Groot volume of comics, which explores the misadventures of the pair following the events of Secret Wars, a period of time where the other Guardians of the Galaxy believe the pair to be dead. The Holiday Happiness variant is, well, he's a Christmas tree. Clearly. He also has a Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 variant inspired by the Marvel Cinematic Universe film of the same name.
He's a Christmas tree. What do you want from me? Lore about Christmas trees?
Created by Stan Lee and artist Don Heck, first appeared as a minor supervillain in Tales of Suspense
Wait, minor?
I need a skin with the H. I need it.
Minor supervillain? Really? No, so that's why his design was like this. Okay, you know what? It makes all more sense now. Gotcha.
Number 57 in 1964, although he would eventually reform and join the Avengers in The Avengers number 16 in 1965. Born Clint Barton, Hawkeye was raised in the circus and trained by criminals, but Barton overcame this.
So many bold choices made in this outfit, and I love every one of them.
I admire how confident he was.
Troubled youth to become one of Earth's greatest heroes. Known for his incredible skill with a bow, he rarely, if ever, misses his shot. He developed a strong friendship with Black Widow, briefly married Mockingbird before divorcing her, and later mentored Kate Bishop, passing on the Hawkeye man.
I'm sorry. This is some peak Hawkeye gameplay right here. I didn't want to comment on it, but I just have to.
Yeah.
It was a lot. I'm sorry. I'm no better at Hawkeye.
To her as his successor. Hawkeye resents authority and is willing to bend the rules and fight dirty if necessary to get things done. Despite being at times abrasive and direct, Clint is also good-natured, friendly, and laid back at heart. The Tiger's Eye variant is an original Marvel Rivals recoloring of the character. The Galactic Fangs.
The Marvel Rivals design just makes Hawkeye look sick. And there's the H. There you go. It's on his crotch. Aren't you happy?
That does make me happy, yes. but it's not the peak that is his original costume.
Damn. I don't know if we ever will. Unless if it's another April Fool's event.
We have to. I want it so bad. If you're going to kill me as Hawkeye, at least do it with the stupid H on your forehead.
It looks like Hawkeye over here has been through quite a few marriages. What's going on there? Can he never hold a relationship? Although it's pretty difficult if it's like a hero-hero relationship.
I feel like most characters in Marvel have had a lot of ups and downs in their relationships. Probably a side effect of having so many writers, but yeah.
It's always my impression of the superhero life just not being great for that kind of thing. Like, I think of the Spider-Man movies, the Amazing Spider-Man movies, where things didn't turn out so great for obvious reasons.
That's why if any writer, anyone like at any point ends up ruining Teddy and Billy's relationship, I will hunt them down and kill them myself.
Oh, God. Jeez, Serbian's a savage.
They have of the best written relationships in comics, with very few like rough patches. Like they're genuinely so sweet and cute together. I will never forgive anyone if they ruin that.
I can see why you enjoy it, because for so many relationships, the reason why I dislike romance or like rom-coms in general is because there always has to be some sort of drama. Like,
yeah,
not all relationships contain drama, not to the degree that you're portraying it anyways. And I would like to see one that doesn't go to absolute shit because of a misunderstanding or assumptions being made.
The biggest drama that I can think of in their comics is basically just that Hulkling liked Billy so much that he's like, what? If that's it's Loki's fault too. Could he use his reality warping powers to make me like him? And then Billy's God. Even if I did, I wouldn't have known it. But then they kind of both came to the conclusion, we're like, well, we're happy, so like, fuck it, let's not think about it.
The simple solution is always the best.
An original skin which is inspired by the game's Wakandan Galactic Empire lore, leading to an armor crafted with pure vibranium to increase Clint's
Looks
stealth
like a Super
and
Sentai
lethality.
character.
The Ronin variant comes from Clint's alter ego he briefly adopted in the main Marvel universe. After dying and being resurrected on multiple occasions and struggling with the fallout from the superhero Civil War, Clint withdrew to collect himself. He later returned to help the fugitive Avengers, adopting the Ronin persona instead of Hawkeye, using katanas and close combat skills taught to him by Captain America. His time as Ronin marked a dark period for him.
What?
Captain America known for his katana uses?
What? Is that real?
What, that he was taught by Captain America?
Yeah.
I guess so.
This is... I don't want to say it. But you could say it in this situation. Is this cultural appropriation? I think it's just close combat in general. Like, this is how you fight, hand to hand, with a sword, with a weapon.
Yeah, I don't think Captain America taught him how to use the sword necessarily. I don't know.
Katana. Captain America practices Bushido. He was a samurai in his past life.
I also don't know which Captain America could have theoretically been a different one. I haven't read it. I
that's
know.
right. Yeah, I forgot that there were multiple, but you never know.
As he assisted in dealing with Civil War's aftermath, a Skrull invasion, and Norman Osborn's rise to power. Once these crises were resolved, Clint returned to his Hawkeye identity. The free fall
early
variant
comics did struggle a bit with like kind of Orientalism. It's something that they've gotten better at, but it definitely was
I like
present.
the question mark there. I've heard the whole Psylocke situation was one of those things where people were like,
Psylocke is kind of an unfortunate. We'll talk about it more when we watch their superheroes videos, but it was kind of never meant to be as problematic as it became.
Mm-hmm.
It was an unfortunate kind of transition between authors that made it worse.
I see.
But it was kind of a lose-lose scenario.
It's just unfortunate, yeah.
Based on the outfit Clint Barton wears in the 2020 Freefall storyline, where Clint briefly adopts the Ronin alias again to take down the Hood's criminal empire. The Hood then hires Bullseye to uncover Ronin's true identity, and upon learning that it's Barton, the Hood has Bullseye commit crimes while wearing the Ronin costume to tarnish Barton's reputation, leading the two on an inevitable collision course.
Hello!
Hela was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and first appeared in Journey into Mystery number 102 in 1964. Inspired by the Norse goddess Hel, she is the Asgardian goddess of the dead who rules over Hel and Niflheim. Hela was originally created as the artificial Black Infinity Stone by the All-Father Bor Burison, using magic in a forbidden area of Niflheim to craft her. When Thanos from the future attacked the All-Father to steal the stone, Bor and his Valkyries defended it. Dr. Doom and Thor from the future also intervened and helped stop Thanos, and Lhasa took the newborn Hela.
Why is Doom always here? He's just there.
Yeah.
This guy, you can't escape him.
Hela grew into a teenager before being left in the care of a young Loki, who raised her with his lover Angerboda as their daughter.
Huh?
The Norns warned that Hela
What? Wait. Huh? A young Loki with his lover raised Hela,
Yeah.
who is supposed to be Loki and Thor's sister?
Only in the MCU.
Okay. So does
that was
that
one
mean...
of the changes that they made in the MCU, and everyone's like, interesting choice, okay.
So Hela, technically in the comics, is supposed to be Loki's daughter.
His daughter. Yeah.
And I guess Thor's niece, if I know my English right. Okay.
Yeah.
God.
Hela would be a great threat to Asgard. Thus, in response, Odin decreed that she would rule the spirits of the dead in the realm of Hell.
Why is it always like that? It's just like the leading god is just like, you seem to have a lot of power. You go and rule Hell. Yeah, get off this mountain.
Hela's ultimate variant comes from the Ultimate line of comics, taking place on Earth 1610, a universe where she is depicted in red and black garments rather than her traditional green and black garments.
God damn
it!
This is the look.
I need that skin in Marvel Rivals. The red tint isn't it. It's not quite that.
Variant is a Rivals
quite,
original
yeah.
recoloring inspired by the purple and blues of Galactus' traditional color scheme. Her Empress of the Cosmos variant is another Marvel Rivals original skin which appears to
That's
take
such a
heavy
good skin, though.
inspiration from the character of Eternity, a cosmic entity which occasionally binds itself to hosts, giving them skin which reflects space, as we see occurring with this Hela variant. Her Goddess of Death variant originates from the comic The Mighty Thor No. 354, published in 1966, where she came to claim the soul of Odin, believing he had died. For some reason, throughout this run of Thor, she has a sharper lime green tone to her clothing, with no horns on her head.
That is a collar.
You can't see anything around
Hulk
you. You can only
was
see in
created
front.
by writer Stan
No
Lee and
peripheral
artist
vision.
Jack Kirby, making his first appearance in The Incredible Hulk #1 in 1960.
The way they draw his face sometimes just cracks me up. I don't know what it is about it in the older Hulk drawings.
In the previous video that we did, I saw Hulk and I was like, yeah, that's just kind of a big dude. He's just he's like a gym bro. Yeah.
Yeah.
62. Dr. Robert Bruce Banner, a theoretical physicist, was recruited by General Thaddeus E. Thunderbolt Ross to develop the first gamma bomb. During its test,
God.
Banner was exposed to a massive dose of gamma radiation while saving teenager Rick Jones, transforming him into the Hulk, a powerful, rage-fueled creature. Banner transforms into the Hulk when experiencing emotional stress, often uncontrollably, leading to destructive rampages. The Hulk's strength increases in proportion to his anger, something...
I'm sorry. Are we watching Hulk gameplay of him punching his own teammate?
He's in such a rage, he can't see who's red from foe.
Oh my god! Oh, so that's why! It was for the lore video! Gotcha! I'm sorry, I know we're here to learn lore, but it was too funny not to comment on.
Yeah.
This is great.
I noticed it too.
I'm immensely enjoying myself.
Yeah.
which can multiply infinitely. Robert Bruce Banner's childhood trauma, inflicted by his father, led to his anger issues as well as an undiagnosed
Hey, what does his father do? Look how she fawns over him. All of the time and attention used to be mine, and mine alone.
Damn. Chill, bro.
Then why did you have a child?
The worst thing is, there are people like that out there.
I can't argue with that. There are people out there like that. God. Some people just aren't meant to be parents.
dissociative identity disorder, leading to the development of alternate personalities. Over time, some of these personalities, like Joe Fixit, would remain when Banner returned to his human form, while others exclusively took on Hulk forms. Banner became an emotionally withdrawn and obsessive-compulsive individual as he struggled with the destruction caused by the Hulk. Despite this, he is still more often than not depicted as a self-sacrificing hero. While Banner and the Hulk frequently hate each other, there are moments of cooperation. especially in major story arcs like Planet Hulk and World War Hulk. The Hulk's intelligence and behavior fluctuate depending on the circumstances of his transformation. His Mighty G-Bomb variant comes from his original comic book appearance in 1962, where he was depicted as gray before developing his iconic green skin in comics going forward. His Punk Rage variant is inspired by his Earth-138 counterpart in the Edge of Spider-Geddon comic line, a 5-issue miniseries depicting the lives of alternate Spider-Men, one of which was focused on Spider-Punk. This Hulk named Robbie Banner was a friend of Spider-Punk Hobby Brown, and they often fought together to defeat enemies such as Hydra and Kang the Conglomerator. His Joe Fixit
Kang the Conglomerator?
Instead of King the Conqueror.
Bro, honestly, after seeing the Spider-Verse movies, Hobby's really cool. I kind of want to see the Spider-Punk comics now.
Variant originated from Peter David's comic book run on the character beginning in the 1980s. Peter David is the one who developed Bruce Banner's backstory of trauma and dissociative identity disorder and gave the original Grey Hulk the alias of Joe Fixit. This alter emerges when Banner or the system needs to handle a situation cleverly or through underhanded means. Its origin is inspired by old-school gangsters from black and white TV shows, which is reflected in his appearance, including his skin tone.
Fedora.
The Green Scar variant comes from the Planet Hulk storyline, which began publishing in 2006. While living as a hermit in Alaska, Bruce Banner is contacted by Nick Fury to help S.H.I.E.L.D. destroy a rogue space weapon, the God's Eye, which could detonate all of the world's nuclear bombs at once. Believing he's the only one who can save Earth, the Hulk is launched into space to confront the threat, but is instead stranded on a distant planet due to a navigation.
Oh wait, was this
just
one
launched Hulk off into space? They said, "Well, sucks to be you, Hulk. I guess you're in space now."
Was this when the Illuminati decided to launch him into space? Well, then he came back to bite them in the ass.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
god. Poor guy.
Malfunction and spatial wormhole. At least, it was supposedly a navigation malfunction. He lands on Sakaar, a world ruled by the Red King, where he is captured and forced into gladiatorial combat for the King's entertainment.
You couldn't ask for a better gladiator.
The Human Torch, a founding member of the Fantastic Four, was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby as a reinvention of a previous character with the same name and powers. The original Human Torch was an android created by Carl Burgess in 1939 for Timely Comics, Marvel's predecessor. The Human Torch we all know and love today first appeared in The Fantastic Four #1 in 1961. Johnny Storm gained his powers when he and the Fantastic Four were exposed to cosmic rays in space. He can surround his body with flames, fly, absorb fire without harm, and control nearby flames with his will. As the youngest member of the team, he's brash
he's one of
and
the
impulsive.
first legacy characters, considering how old the original Human Torch was.
By the original Human Torch, you mean the android that came before him? I mean, the Fantastic Four were also kind of the OG crew for Marvel too, so.
Contrasting with his more reserved sister, Susan Storm. Johnny is also a frequent ally and close friend of Spider-Man. His first family variant is inspired by his...
God. You can already imagine the conversations these two would have.
They're so funny together. I love their friendship so much.
original 1961 outfit, while his Blood Blaze variant is a rival's original red and black recoloring of the character. His Negative Zone Gladiator appearance is inspired by the story from Fantastic Four number 600. In the story, creatures from the Negative Zone attack the Baxter Building, and Johnny ends up sacrificing himself within the Negative Zone to save his family. Johnny is then killed by Annihilus, but is resurrected through some really gross resurrection worms. He is then forced to fight in gladiator matches for Annihilus's...
Resurrection worms is just a bad statement in general. I don't...
The idea of resurrection never usually goes very well, but then when you add worms to it, it just makes it worse. I agree.
Amusement. Also appearing in Fantastic Four #1, Sue Storm was originally known as Invisible Girl, but she eventually changed her identity to Invisible Woman in order to reflect a more confident persona. Invisible Woman has two main powers: invisibility, which bends light to render herself and objects unseen, and the ability to generate force fields. Like her brother, the first family variant is inspired by her original 1961 outfit, and her Blood Shield variant is a rival's original red and black recoloring of the character. Her Malice variant is inspired by Susan Storm's manifested dark side, which occasionally appears in the comics. Malice was first manifested in Fantastic Four number 280 by the Psycho Man's hate monger during an attack on New York. Controlled by Malice, Sue was forced to fight the Fantastic Four until Mr. Fantastic helped her regain control of her faculties. Later, during a mission with the Silver Surfer, Malice resurfaced, attempting to claim the Soul Gem, but was defeated. During the Infinity War, Sue merged with Malice in an attempt to end their internal struggle, but this led to Sue becoming more violent and prone to anger. Eventually, the Malice persona was removed by Psylord, Sue's son Franklin, from the future. Malice later...
What? Psylord, son from the future, came back to help Mom? Thanks.
Played a role in defeating an evil Reed Richards, the Dark Raider, before seemingly being destroyed in the negative zone. The Malice
Watcher.
Hey, I'm watching you.
Always looks so funny.
Malice persona has not appeared since, presumed to be entirely destroyed. Her Life Fantastic variant is inspired by the wedding dress she wore during the 2005 Fantastic Four 40th Anniversary Special Event comic, which depicted her original wedding
of course, there
to
would be
Mr. Fantastic.
I give that picture there. She's in a nice little wedding dress, and he's just wearing his Fantastic Four suit.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Oh my god.
Come on, Reed, come on.
Oh, jeez. I'm so glad that in game they actually do have like a suit for him then.
I'm curious if in the comic they do give him a suit at some point, or if he just wears that shit the whole time. Like Johnny's wearing his in the background too. Neither of them can be bothered to dress up.
Look, you gotta promote the brand, okay?
So we're going to focus on the game's version of Iron Fist, which isn't the most popular Iron Fist and is instead his most modern version. Lin Lee first debuted as the character's Swordmaster in 2018 before taking up the mantle of Iron Fist in 2021. Lin is a descendant of the mythological
Iron Fist comics recently, and I actually really like him a lot. I think he's adorable.
How surprising that you, of all people, would find this young man adorable.
You didn't say it like that. I just think compared to Danny Rand, who is more, I don't know what the best way to describe him. Linnea is more just kind of, I don't know that innocent is quite the right word, as much as just kind of like, he's out there doing his best, you know? He's just trying.
I don't know the words to describe it either, but I don't know anything about this character, but from what I can assume about this character, I can also assume that, yes, you would like this character. And I am not surprised by it.
He's trying to be murdered by his brother, and he's got a bunch of
he's trying
family
to
drama
be
going on.
What?
No, his brother is trying to murder him.
Okay, clarification there. I see. That makes a lot more sense. It's still unfortunate, but
I don't speak good. I'm sorry.
Chinese figure Fu Shi, and when he was Swordmaster, wielded the mystical sword of Fu Shi. He later joined the superhero team, the Agents of Atlas. After the destruction of the sword of Fu Shi, the reincarnated dragon Shou Lao grants Li his chi, making him
he
the new
gets
Iron
the sword
Fist.
shards, like embedded into his arm.
That's why he has the wrappings?
And it was really painful.
As the Iron Fist, he can generate and project energy, which appears as green flames and enhances his punches. He can also channel his energy into weapons and project energy slashes. His martial arts savant variant is a rival's original recoloring of the character, while his Lion's Gaze variant is also a rival's original and Chinese festival themed, originating from the Fortune in Colors event. His Swordmaster variant is inspired by his original Swordmaster outfit. His Immortal Weapon of Agamotto costume is inspired by Daniel Rand Iron Fist's white and gold garments, which he first donned in New Avengers number 4, published in 2010.
That is certainly an outfit. Damn, you're not doing
I
stealth
get why
missions.
people are excited for like more Danny Rand costumes in the game, but I don't know, something about Danny Rand's character I just never was a huge fan of. I don't know.
I think it's fine to have just different variations of the same character as a skin. Like if you really wanted to and you're a fan of that, it's available.
Well, it's like with character like legacy characters that are basically just the same character. There's no way if they chose to put Linley as the Iron Fist in Rivals, putting Danny would just be the same gameplay. Like, you wouldn't have a different character there. Same with like the different Psylocks, right?
Yeah.
So it's like some characters, more argument can be made. Like Miles has different powers from Pete.
Oh yeah.
So you could make him with a different kit. But like for all the ones, or like even like Riri for Ironheart, she would play pretty much the exact same as Iron Man. So it's like there's not a whole lot you can do gameplay wise for that. I don't know. So I don't have any issues with the skins like that.
Well, as a developer, you're probably looking at their kits and trying to come up with ones that are new and exciting and would draw more players into the game or rekindle interest. So finding things that are a little too similar would probably just pass on it. Find something new.
And there's just so many characters in Marvel that you can draw from. It's like, do we really need Danny and Lindy? No, we don't.
Iron Man was co-created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, Don Heck, and Jack Kirby, debuting in Tales of Suspense number 39 in 1962.
So this was the first version. And I think in the first Iron Man movie, he kind of looks like this with the Mark 1 suit, right?
A pretty good throwback to it. I liked it.
Oh, that's cool.
He received his own series in 1968 with Iron Man number 1. Soon after his creation, Iron Man became a founding member of the Avengers, joining Thor, Ant-Man, the Wasp, and the Hulk. Tony Stark is a genius inventor and billionaire industrialist who becomes the superhero Iron Man by using self-produced technological armor. Sometime after inheriting his family's weapons manufacturing company following his parents' death, Stark was kidnapped by terrorists while overseeing a weapons plant in a foreign country. Instead of building weapons at the demand of the captors, he created his first suit of Iron Man armor to escape. Upon returning to America, he upgraded the suit and dedicated himself to using his intellect.
They just changed the terrorists to make them more topical.
Yeah, true.
Good, eventually abandoning weapons manufacturing altogether. Tony kept his identity as Iron Man a secret for many years, balancing his role as head of Stark Industries with being a key member of the Avengers. Eventually, after years of claiming Iron Man was his personal bodyguard, he revealed his dual identity to the public.
Wait! I didn't even notice! To try something I haven't used in a long time. My built-in jet-assisted roller wheels! Huzzah!
Yeah!
This is so... It's so cute.
I love that. That's so good.
Over time, he faced many personal struggles, most devastatingly, his alcohol addiction. Iron Man's armor is a high-tech suit with advanced capabilities including superhuman strength, speed, flight, and is packed with a variety of weapons. The suit evolves over time, with models like the Model 2 and Model 4 enabling rapid self-assembly, and later models using nanoparticle bundles and smart metal to form. It can withstand extreme conditions, absorb energy, and has defenses against telepathic attacks. Key weapons include repulsor rays, lasers, plasma discharges, and smart missiles. His armor Model 42 variant is
Well, it's good for Magneto. You don't want Xavier in your head. That's kind of the whole point.
I mean, that's exactly why he has the helmet.
Inspired by Kieran Gillen's run on the character, which began in 2012. The Iron Man armor Model 42 is powered by repulsor tech cores.
Honestly, it makes sense that Iron Man would have it too. He was married to Emma Frost at one point.
What?
Yeah.
Iron Man and Emma Frost?
Yeah.
That should have been me! Well, you know, I'm not Robert Downey Jr.
She has expensive taste, Zero.
Understandable, yeah. I'm not anywhere near her league, but... A man can dream, all right.
She has her own league. She's literally made of diamonds.
The suit is composed of liquid smart metal, allowing it to be easily stored and quickly assembled.
Smart
Its
metal.
modular design lets Tony Stark attach and detach components based on the situation, and it can retract into a backpack for mobility. The suit can be remotely controlled using the Stark Omniversal multitasking software, enabling Stark to operate it from space. The armor can also be overridden with a specific code to make it respond to other users. His Blood Edge armor variant is a Rivals original and is a Chronovium model developed with assistance from Reed Richards and enchanted by Doctor Strange. His steam power suit comes from the Tony Stark of Earth 51920, the Western-themed universe which makes up the Valley of Doom domain on Battleworld, which also housed Mrs. Barnes' Black Widow. His Superior Iron Man variant comes from the Superior Iron Man version of the character, which first appeared in his own line of comics in Superior Iron Man #1 in 2014. The origins of Superior Iron Man begin during the Axis event, where a magical spell reversed the morality of Earth's heroes and villains.
Wait, literally? A magical spell reverses morality. Wow.
He gets better. He gets better.
While most reverted to their usual selves, Tony Stark shielded himself from the reversion spell, allowing him to retain a corrupted evil personality.
No, but I like being evil.
It feels good to be bad.
Embracing this new darker self, he built a powerful empire using his intellect and resources to manipulate society. He released the Extremis 3.0 virus disguised as an app, which offered people the chance to attain physical perfection for free. However,
bro, I can't even. It's scary because that could happen one day.
Right?
I mean, technically speaking, it has happened where there have been official stores that have released applications that were just straight up scams or, Bitcoin mining applications, straight up viruses. So, gotta be careful what you download.
Definitely.
This was only a free trial, and to maintain their perfect bodies, users were required to pay $100 a day.
Oh, no! Oh, wait! This reminds me of a horror movie that released recently, actually. I think it was called The Substance.
I've heard about it. I haven't seen it, though.
Ooh.
I've seen The Monster, though. It looks crazy.
Yeah, you should check it out. It's actually very similar to this storyline, but it's done so well. I've never seen a horror movie quite like it.
I didn't know anything about the story of it, but I had seen pictures of the monster, and I heard it was good.
Yeah.
As a tyrant, Superior Iron Man engaged in hostile corporate takeovers, blackmailed people to promote the extreme...
So, basically Disney. Gotcha.
Oh, damn.
Maybe he's a little more violent than Disney. At least, I hope so.
He's a little bit more mask off, literally.
I need my victim to see my face when I commit villainy towards them. They will remember me forever in their minds. I will live immortally.
I think in-game, does he take off his mask when he ults? I feel like he does, but I could be making that up.
That I do not know. I haven't seen that skin enough to notice that.
Yeah. I'm not usually up close and personal with Iron Man in-game like that.
Oh, you want to be as far away from it as possible, yeah.
This app and deployed advanced drones as a personal police force to maintain control. Ultimately, this version of Iron Man met his end during the Incursion Crisis in the Avengers #44, when the Marvel Universe collided with the Ultimate Universe. The multiverse was later reset, restoring the original Tony Stark.
So wait, he died because the multiverses collided?
Pretty much. Yeah, the whole Incursion thing basically reset his character.
Dang. He was almost there. He was gonna become Supreme Overlord any day now. Damn it.
His Avengers Endgame variant is inspired by the armor the character wore in the Marvel Cinematic Universe film of the same name.
Go figure.
Jeff
was originally...
I can't wait for him to talk about the skin where he's just wearing a dolphin suit, and then it's like some deep lore behind it. No.
No.
He just wears a dolphin suit.
created by MODOK and was adopted by Gwenpool during her time on the West Coast Avengers. His ownership has been passed around between Gwenpool, Deadpool,
He's not
and
owned by them. He just hangs out with them.
You don't own Jeff.
He's also been with
you.
Kate Bishop a lot. He doesn't mention it. But yeah, Gwen and Kate, he would spend a lot of time with.
Who's Kate?
Kate Bishop. She inherited the Hawkeye mantle.
Oh, that's
and is
right.
a member of the Young Avengers.
Gotcha. I remember her.
And Elsa Bloodstone. He has been involved in a number of quirky misadventures.
Elsa Bloodstone. That was another name that we learned from the group video. I think that was the Midnight Suns, actually.
I think so, yeah.
Including stealing important items from the Avengers, dressing up as a dolphin to prevent scaring people while swimming, eating the Infinity Gauntlet.
Oh my god. That's actually a suit that he wears. I thought it was just a funny idea for Marvel Rivals. Never mind.
No. Oh, that's Kate Bishop right there in purple.
Oh, this design of her makes her look a lot more appealing than the design that we saw in the video. I guess it's just the art style.
I actually like Kate Bishop a lot.
The art style here, I don't know. It certainly reminds me a lot more about anime than it does some of the older comics. Yeah.
And getting an upset tummy, and even bonding with a symbiote. Jeff has the personality of a domesticated dog, affectionate and playful, especially towards Gwenpool, whom he adores.
He's smarter than a
While
dog.
he is mischievous, gluttonous, and a troublemaker,
Well, it depends on who's playing him.
he is also caring and quick to make friends. Jeff's adopted Avenger variant comes from his original look, where his skin was almost entirely gray. His incognito
Tiger
dolphin
shark.
variant is inspired by the story we mentioned previously, which occurs in the comic It's Jeff Infinity Comic number 3, published in 2021, where Jeff accidentally scares people while swimming and thus dons a dolphin bodysuit in order to stop scaring people. The suit is pink in Marvel Rivals to honor Jeff's original owner, Gwenpool. His cuddly Fuzzlefin variant is a Marvel Rivals original with a winter clothing aesthetic.
He's so cute. I love him.
Loki, created by Stan Lee, Larry Lieber, and Jack Kirby, is based on the Norse god of the same name. While a version of Loki appeared in Venus number 6 in 1949, his iconic portrayal as Thor's adoptive brother first occurred in Journey into Mystery number 85 in 1962, and this
Loki has
character
had some interesting looks throughout the comics.
I don't even know what to say about that one. Not gonna lie. I think I'm just gonna move on.
Has remained consistent into the modern era. The god of mischief is a frost giant from Jotunheim who was adopted by Odin, the Allfather, after being rejected by his biological father, Laufey. Raised alongside his adoptive brother Thor in Asgard, Loki grew envious of Thor upon learning the truth about his origins. His jealousy led him to scheme against Asgard and Thor, and Loki's actions would eventually lead to the formation of the Avengers.
So you're telling me that Loki basically had daddy issues this entire time?
Yeah.
Poor guy.
His frost giant variant is a rival's original recoloring inspired by his origins as a frost giant. President Loki is a character from
Oh, you worded that is so funny.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I was going to say. There isn't anything particularly wrong, but it was just so straightforward and blunt that it was funny.
Yeah.
So he was a frost giant, but I guess they found him and raised him as their own, and that's why he's like the adopted brother?
Found is maybe a nice way to put it.
Oh, like terminated his entire family and then kidnapped him?
That's closer.
Oh no. Because, okay, I don't know anything about Norse mythology, but I do recall there being like a war between the frost giants and the gods and things like that. So I'm assuming that's probably what happened, the gist of it.
Yeah, it's closer.
Something about, the frost giants wanting Yggdrasil. Yeah, I don't know. Poor Loki. Daddy issues. Forever.
It's hard to really feel bad for Loki, though, given the things he does.
Oh, shit. He did connect the multiverse back together, so there's that. And he's also president, too. So you can't hate him. It's illegal to.
Hastings.
Yeah.
The series is a satire of the 2016 US presidential election, focusing on Loki's controversial campaign for the presidency and a reporter's efforts to expose.
Look at that. Just the way they draw Loki. You just want to reach in there and punch him. I can't do it because I know that's my screen and I won't be able to buy another one. But I really want to. Man, the art is so good on this one.
His deceitful
They
nature.
do the assignment.
A President Loki variant also appears in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, who appears in the Loki series episode titled Journey into Mystery. His Loki Season 2 variant is inspired by the character from the Loki Disney Plus series, most specifically his Season 2 attire. His All Butcher variant is derived from the Loki from the Earth 14412 universe, when that Loki bonded with the All Black Necro Sword. For those unaware, the All Black was created by Null, the eldritch god of darkness and the creator of the symbiotes, with the first symbiote and the cosmic energy from a dead celestial. To put it simply, it's a ridiculously powerful sword that is also a symbiote. Loki from the Earth 14412 universe, who has his own wild story involving the annihilation of all life on Earth, eventually obtains the sword and bonds with the symbiote, turning him into Loki the All
It can't
Butcher.
end well. Yeah.
Luna.
I remember like watching people who were super into Marvel just talk about the characters. Oh well, not super into Marvel, super into just the game itself. And they're like, "Who's that? Who's Luna Snow?"
I mean, even people who are super into Marvel went into it. And I know everyone except you. Who are you?
Oh yeah, I do recall that. That's probably what I was referring to at first, and then I'm like, did I? But I'm pretty sure she came from one of the games at first, and then she got adopted into the comics after. Very recent addition.
Snow, born Sol He, debuted in the 2018 mobile game Marvel Future Fight. She initially pursued a music career to support her grandmother, who raised her after her parents' death. While performing at a Stark Industries event, she was attacked by AIM, and after being trapped in a high-tech freezer powered by cold fusion, she gained cryokinetic power.
I hate this picture. I don't know why. It just is really...
It's the mouth, the eyes.
It is.
Yeah. I don't know. Her story is just super generic superhero. Just, I got put into a reactor and now I have superpowers. And she was also like made as a K-pop star for a game with, I guess, some pretty simple backstory. She was made to target a specific audience, and I think it worked. I mean, regardless, I still enjoy her character in the game. And it's fun, but I don't think there's too much deep lore there to be discovered.
I mean, to be fair, she hasn't hardly existed in the Marvel Universe at all.
Yeah.
She's kind of like Jeff in that. Both of them are so new that there's kind of not a whole lot of depth there, because when you compare to someone who's the characters existed for like 60 plus years, right? Mm-hmm. There's just not a whole lot to draw from. I'm sure if she continues to be popular, and I think Rivals has definitely put more of a spotlight on her, some writer will come out there and write something cool with her. Who knows?
One can only hope. We need character development, people.
Using her new abilities, she defeated AIM, became a superhero, and continues to excel as a K-pop star while defending her country. Luna possesses advanced cryokinetic abilities, allowing her to manipulate both destructive and healing ice. Her destructive ice, created from dark cryokinetic energy, can freeze and corrode matter on a molecular level, shattering structures and causing organic decay. She can summon blizzards of sharp black ice shards.
What the fuck is dark ice and light ice?
From what I recall, it's never really explained. It's just,
it's just
this is how it is.
Terms that's thrown out there. I'm like, okay, this is my dark fire and this is my light fire.
That's why I'm like, this character was kind of just put there and then given a pretty simple story, and they're just like, that's how it works. Duh.
And to be fair, I don't think she was ever meant to be like a super complex character, since she was just kind of the creators just, this is my character since I've been given the Marvel license to play with, right?
Yeah. Struck gold though. It worked out somehow.
Form near indestructible ice weapons and create frost fields that drain heat and vitality. Additionally, Luna can harness light-infused ice for healing, using it to freeze while simultaneously mending wounds, soothing burns, stopping bleeding, and healing injuries with remarkable precision. All of her variants are Marvel Rival originals. Her
Not
Minty
when I
Beats
play
variant
her.
is a green recoloring of Luna. Her Mirai 2099 variant is inspired by the idea of Luna performing for a 2099 Seoul South Korean crowd. Her Shining Star variant
Also
is
Miku.
a formal ice dress, which is highly reminiscent of Elsa from the Disney movie Frozen. Her Nolehan Yumanyo skin, I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, is a black and white skin which looks a lot like Cruella de Vil, and the story attached to it
So
tells
fun
of
fact
a
on this
mytholo-
one. This was designed by, I think her name is Peach Monoke. Let me just confirm that. Yes, Peach Momoko. Okay. You're a big Psylocke fan. The Psylocke in the game is Psy, the variant, which was from the X-Men Demon Days, written by Peach Momoko. So they got her to come back, and she did the skin for this Luna one. She did the Loki one, the Penny one, Hello one, and there's a design for a Punisher one that hasn't been out yet. But it's kind of cool that they had her come back to make these.
It is unfortunate that for whatever reason, I don't like this one. I know a lot of people do.
I like it.
I don't know
actually
why I
do.
don't like
I like
it.
it a lot.
Yeah.
Magical tale, where Soul's arrival at Kirasaki Mountain draws the attention of the malevolent Yami no Karasu. After her mournful lullaby unites the yokai in a defiant stand, they drive the malevolent force away, and she is forever revered as a divine savior by the mountain's inhabitants. Magic, full name Ileana Rasputina, first appeared in Giant Size X-Men #1 in 1975. The character was created by Len Wein and Dave Cockrum. She is a mutant sorceress tied to the demonic realm of Limbo. She is the younger sister of Colossus and was abducted to Limbo by the villain Belasco. During her time in Limbo, she aged rapidly and mastered the dark arts. After discovering her mutant teleportation abilities, she returned to the X-Men and became a member of the New Mutants.
I see. So this is kind of a Fire Emblem situation, isn't it? Where we have this pocket dimension where people age rapidly, and so you can join the fight sooner. I see. I didn't realize it was like that.
Magic has the ability to teleport through space, time, and the multiverse using stepping discs linked to Limbo. Other powers include summoning her soul sword, energy manipulation, matter manipulation, and protective and exorcism spells. Additionally, Magic's connection to Limbo grants her mystical armor and a demonic appearance when using her magic. Her mastery of Limbo allows her to shape the dimension and even manipulate reality within it. Her Amethyst armor variant is a Rival's original recoloring with shades of purple and pink. Her Frozen Demon variant is another Rival's original, with this one being a white, orange, and blue winter skiing outfit.
See, this is
Her
one that I
Eldritch
don't
armor
like, that I
variant-
feel like people like. I don't know.
I am mixed on that one. Like, the main good thing about that one is it makes the sword look pretty damn cool. The demon
chain sword is pretty cool.
Yeah, the demon form sword, not so much. It also makes her dumpy a lot bigger, which is a plus.
Fair
But-
enough. This one though, this one is sick.
This one's sick. Personally, I kind of like the punk one too. And
Yeah, I like the punk one also.
I mean, the X-Men one does make her dumpy look even bigger, so that one's a plus too.
Originally comes from the 1983 New Mutants story where Magic and the New Mutants fight Forge and the Freedom Force, first appearing in New Mutants number 65 and gracing the cover of New Mutants number 66. Her Punk Child variant is a Rivals original, and the name infers its inspiration comes from punk rock culture. This variant would likely exist in the Earth-138 Spider-Punk universe. Her Retro
Everybody's
X
punk.
uniform variant is clearly inspired by the original blue and yellow X-Men uniforms dating all the way back
Look at that.
to the 1960s.
You can't tell me that that's all
However,
buff.
Magic having this design is a first, making this a
I haven't
Marvel
looked closely
Rivals
enough at her
original.
buff to tell you if it is bigger or not.
Magneto,
defer to your
born Max
expertise in that.
Eisenhart, and also known as Eric Lenscher or Magnus, first appeared in the X-Men #1 in 1963. Created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, Magneto is often portrayed as the adversary of the X-Men, typically
Earth's
embodying
most
the role
powerful
of a
supervillain.
villain in their stories. He endured horrific atrocities in Auschwitz during his youth, which shaped his deep mistrust and hatred for humanity. After discovering his
Extremely
That's fair.
understandable.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with him there. Yeah.
mutant ability to control magnetic fields, he became determined to dominate humanity and establish.
Purple M. It's another one I want as a skin so bad.
That is certainly an outfit.
The big purple leotard with a giant M.
Mutants, whom he called Homo superior, as the dominant species. This led to a long-standing conflict with his former friend Professor Xavier and the X-Men, who advocated for peaceful coexistence. Magneto became a leader of the Brotherhood of Mutants and the Acolytes, and later ruled over the nation of Genosha until its destruction. Despite his villainous reputation, Magneto has occasionally allied with the X-Men and eventually played a key role in the formation of the mutant nation of Krakoa, where he served on the Quiet Council. Magneto is an Omega-level mutant with near-limitless control over magnetism, making him one of the most powerful beings on Earth. He can manipulate metal, electromagnetic fields, and even gravity. Magneto's powers also allow him to generate and manipulate electricity, light, and energy across the electromagnetic spectrum. His uncanny black steel variant comes from his 2014 solo series where he wore an all-black outfit. His Will of Galacta variant is a Rival's original recoloring inspired by the Galactus color scheme. The Master of Magnetism variant is Magneto's most iconic look.
Galacta colors, buddy. Fair enough.
Sporting his iconic magenta and purple scheme, which first premiered in Uncanny X-Men #1 in 1981. His King Magnus variant comes from his depiction in the House of M story, specifically from within Wanda Maximoff's alternate reality, Earth 58163. In this reality, Magneto is the mutant king of Genosha in a world where mutants dominate, leading the powerful House of Magnus alongside his children, Wanda, Pietro, and Lorna, and grandchildren Billy and Tommy.
You know, that doesn't sound so bad. I mean, as long as you're a mutant, of course.
Yeah.
Mantis was created by Steve Englehart and Don Heck, and debuted in the Avengers #112 in 1973. She's been a member of the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy, the bride of King the Conqueror, and is the mother of the character Sequoia. In her early appearances, Mantis embodies the Dragon Lady archetype, a mysterious, seductive, and assertive Eastern woman whose presence stirs tension among the male Avengers.
Oh boy.
Whoa. Wow.
Yep.
I'm starting to see where this is heading. This really is just my OC territory.
She is a disaster of a character in the comics.
These rival even Visions, who praises her remarkable mind. Mantis typically speaks in the third person, a habit rooted in her upbringing, and she values this speech pattern deeply, even refusing to abandon it when asked to do so by the Silver Surfer. Mantis possesses a wide range of powers and abilities that blend.
This is really annoying. Can you stop? No.
Dude, the poor dude. He's got to deal with cosmic level threats, but he can't convince Mantis to stop talking in this specific way. Oh, that's annoying.
Psychic, physical, and botanical traits.
So
her telepathy, also known as biopathy, allows her to communicate with both plants and animals. She can also project vivid telepathic impressions, resist mental attacks, and sense others' emotions empathetically. She can astrally project across space, create a new body from plant life, and manipulate vegetation. Her Nowhere Corps variant is inspired by the outfit she wore as a member of the Nowhere Corps, first appearing in 2015. The Nowhere Corps was a vigilante team committed to upholding peace in Nowhere. The team disbanded following Nowhere's destruction, which was orchestrated by the Black Order. Her Jade Maiden variant is a Rival's original featuring Mantis wearing a Chinese qipao, a jade color scheme, and jade crystals for antenna.
I see the inspiration for the hair being, you know, a dragon, but it does make her sort of look like a Yu-Gi-Oh character.
I was going to say, I see the Dragon Ball.
Her Galactic Wings variant is another Rival's original and features Mantis decked out in a science fiction vibranium armor that, in all honesty, makes her look like a Power Ranger. Her Flora Maiden variant
Heck
is
yeah.
also a Rivals original. According to
This
the
is actually my
description, the
favorite
moment
of hers,
Mantis
is the plant one. I like it.
I don't have it yet, but this one looks very, very cool. This was the one you get from the event, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, I still haven't finished it. Have you?
Yes.
set foot on
I'll
Krakoa,
get
the
to
living
it
island
eventually.
responded instantly. Vines coiled
down to
around her
do some
limbs,
games with you if you
flowers
wanna work
blossomed
on it.
on her skin, and her white eyes
I
shimmered
got work
with
to do,
radiance as she
maybe.
transformed
No.
into the Flora Maiden of Krakoa.
Fantastic!
Mr. Fantastic,
Ha-ha.
real name Reed Richards, was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby and first appeared in The Fantastic Four #1 in 1961.
No.
Mr. Fantastic is the
That
leader
image.
and father figure of the Fantastic Four.
There's
Reed
a
Richards
really
is a
funny picture
deeply
of
intellectual
Reed's-
and empathetic figure
Reed,
who often
like,
prefers
he's just-
analysis and negotiation.
It's the excuse to draw just the goofiest things, and I love it.
I mean, even his personality in game is very goofy, so I guess that's just his character now. He's just a dorkable scientist, I guess is how you describe him. Unless if he puts on a certain skin, though. That skin changes him.
It is funny how my favorite version of this character is his villain self. Like, the Maker is genuinely one of my, if not my favorite villain in Marvel.
I mean, a lot of people have been recommending a video on the Maker, so...
Yeah, we'll definitely have to check it out because it's a great character.
Driven by a relentless curiosity, he's more fascinated by the science behind a threat than the threat itself, sometimes to the frustration of his teammates. Reed has a deep sense of responsibility for those close to him, especially his family. Reed's cosmic ray-induced abilities make him one of the most versatile heroes in the Marvel Universe. His body can stretch, compress, reshape, and morph into almost any form, allowing him to perform feats like absorbing explosions, mimicking voices, unlocking doors with his fingers, becoming...
Oh, I was like, how do you mimic voices? Because he can stretch his... what do you call it? Trachea?
Vocal cords.
Vocal cords, yeah.
Yeah.
So, wow. That would require a lot of control, though. I guess he's had enough time to actually learn how to use his abilities, though.
Paper thin,
That's cool.
forming into and bouncing like a ball, and transforming into aerodynamic shapes to glide. Beyond his powers, Reed's greatest asset is his unmatched intellect. A master of countless scientific disciplines, he has made groundbreaking advancements in everything from space travel to interdimensional physics. Like his wife Sue, his Life Fantastic variant is inspired by the wedding outfit he wore during their wedding, shown in the 2005 40th anniversary special event comic.
Okay.
His first
Good.
Good for him.
Good.
And good for her, too. God, imagine. Just the Fantastic Four
really
branding everywhere.
He is the kind of character that I could see just not.
But, like, it's a perfectly fine
he would
suit.
just show up.
Why would I change? It's simply a wedding. Okay.
Variant is based on his original outfit from 1961. His Maker outfit.
Hey.
Oh boy, his Maker outfit. If you don't know who
cool.
the Maker is, do yourself a favor and go watch one of the many videos available on the Maker.
We
This
will.
character rules. The Maker is
Yes.
Reed Richards from the original Ultimate Universe and is not just a villain, but one of the greatest villains in the history of Marvel. In the Ultimate Marvel Universe, Reed Richards was transformed into Mr. Fantastic after an experiment went wrong, granting powers to Reed, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, and Ben Grimm. Reed's life unraveled after the ultimatum wave nearly killed Sue, and Reed abandoned her in a near-death state in an attempt to solve the crisis, leading her to reject his marriage proposal and the breakup of the Fantastic Four. Isolated and unstable, Reed returned to the home of his abusive father, eventually having a complete breakdown, killing his family and adopting the identity of the Maker. As the Maker, Reed became a villain obsessed with reshaping the world into a state of perfection. He created a futuristic society called the Children of Tomorrow and destroyed Asgard, but was ultimately defeated by Kang the Conqueror, who turned out to be Sue Storm. He later survived the multiverse's...
Wait. What? Hold up. I think I just don't understand what Kang the Conqueror is. Is that just a title?
Like with anything, anyone writing will like to use different titles as plot twists and things. King the Conqueror is a character. He's most known for time travel. So he would go back in time and cause sieges, and there's big arcs in the comics from when he's done that. And Ironland from the Young Avengers is a young version of King the Conqueror before he became King the Conqueror. So it's like he is a character. So this would just be a like subversion of her using that title.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I know nothing about this character, but I know that apparently they're quite pivotal in a lot of comic book stuff since we keep on mentioning Kang. So we'll have to learn about them someday.
Collapsed by joining Earth 616's cabal and would eventually turn his focus to crafting his own universe by messing with the timeline of Earth 6160.
Yes, and those comics are so good.
Yeah, someday we'll have to check that out, but I'm not gonna lie, it's 2:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
I kind of want to save the rest for part 2.
Decide where you wanted to pause.
I don't know. It's just super fun learning about these, but I can't. Yeah. I'm literally gonna just go die.
That's unfair.
Get knocked out. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this with us. We'll come back and do a part 2, hopefully next week. Yeah. So look out for that one. And we'll catch you guys in the next one. Later, dudes.
Bye-bye.